Okay, hello, hello. The epic music may have given it away, but back with more ESO Summerset. Music is so good. So good. Alright. Let's get us loaded up. Again, continuing with my Dark Elf Mage Assassin. Because he's just cool. And he's my original first ESO character. Where do we get to? We were meeting Razumdar and the Psijic Mage at the Coral Forest or something like that. And, oh, there she is. Because we were going to... Oh, the kin lady, the head of the town, was meeting the Daedric worshipping priest bloke here, so we were going to stop him. Okay.
One of Somerset's more unique environments, the Coral Forest. I used to love coming here when I was growing up. We need to find out whether Aldark asked Kin Lady Avanice to meet him out here.
Okay, how do we do that?
Based on what we saw in the monastery's undercroft, I'm hesitant to use magic to locate them. I suppose we'll have to find them through mundane means. Too bad the Queen's spy isn't here yet. I understand he's good at this sort of thing.
Oh, I think he's here. I think he's already here, he's already found them, and he's just waiting for us to play catch-up. Okay, so they're over this way. So we've got a little search the Coral Forest. Oh, I see, we're not quite in it yet. Wow. Let's just see Ada. There's one of those creatures.
That wasn't part of the plan, Aldark.
You know nothing of the plan, you fool. Let me give you a taste of what the Prince of Bargains has in store for this pitiful world.
Your prince! I want no part of Daedra. Help!
Well, it sounded like she was just here. Confront Aldrich. Which I guess I'll do once he's respawned.
I'll go after the Kin Lady. You deal with the Aldark.
Okay.
Destroy these fools!
I thought he was going to be harder. Oh, there's a way shrine there.
Razumdar apprehended the Kin Lady. They're at the west edge of the Coral Forest. What happened to Aldok Tilkalar? Did he escape?
He did not.
I think we can conclude that Tilkalar wasn't actually an Aldok. At least, not with his connection to the Prince of Bargain's Clavicus Vial. Strange magic and creatures worry me, however. Hopefully the pearl I sent to Artaeum can tell us more.
Can we learn something?
You'd be surprised what a particular object can reveal if you know how to unlock its secrets. I need to return and tell Rightmaster Ikesis all that transpired here. If you're willing, I'd like you to come to Artaeum and confirm my story.
Wow. I mean, they've been in seclusion for like 300 years. Okay, who's Rightmaster?
The Rightmaster leads the Sijic Order from Kapora Tower on the island of Artaeum. This spell attunes you to a portal near Shimmerine in the ruins of the Keep of 11 Forces. It always leads to Artaeum, no matter the island's current location.
Alright.
One more adjustment and there! You are now attuned. Find me on Artaeum after you finish with the Eye of the Queen.
Alright. Where you at, Raz?
Ah, Five Claw. The King Lady and Raz had the most illuminating conversation.
You can't.
Queen Irene will be disappointed that the King Lady of Shimmerine allowed a false Aldar to murder so many newcomers. Such a scandal makes other travelers uneasy about coming here, yes?
Yes, I'd say so.
The Prince of Bargains. That could only be Clavicus Vial. What oblivion-inspired nest of vipers has Raz stumbled into? This one has a very bad feeling about all of this. Where is the Sijic Sage? Raz would like to ask her what she thinks.
She went home.
The Sijic Order's interest in all of this concerns Raz Udar. This one has never had much love of magic, or those that practice the art.
I know I'm a mage.
On the other hand, now Raz has his own person on the inside. An Eye of Raz, if you will, yes?
They'll try and find out more about the Ordark and the pearls.
Then you must go to Artaeum and discover what the Sijics have learned. When you return, you can tell Raz all about it so he can pass it along to the Queen. Yes, Raz likes this plan. In the meantime, Raz will investigate the Daedric connection.
Okie dokie. And you, traitor?
Have you come to gloat? To kick me while I wallow in my own misery? Well, go ahead. I deserve it.
Yes, you do.
I met him at Kinlord Millenthal's party in Eleanor. We had similar ideas about the Queen's decree, and I recommended that he lead the monastery. Summerset isn't a stew pot, and the various races aren't ingredients to be sprinkled in like so much spice.
So you knew he was going to kill people?
What a hateful accusation. Tilkala told me he was going to send them back where they came from. I had no idea he planned to kill them. I give you my word. I just wanted the newcomers to go away. And to find out he worshipped Daedra? How crude. I certainly hope not. We'll have to get the Divine Prosecution in there to gather up the monks Tilkala brought with him to Shimmerine. We can't have Daedric cultists desecrating a holy site. I suppose I need to beg for mercy from the proxy queen.
Yes. Probably at some point from the Queen herself. Daily reward. Okay. Uh, 2285. Oh, they're what I'm wearing. Live voice set, yep. Alright. Let's go and activate this way shrine. Now for some nice, easy, quick travel. Queen's Decree, that's what we want. Ah, that's where we're going. Actually, there's not much in it. I may as well just go by Guar power. That must be those ruins up there, I guess. What the hell? I've never seen a griffin before. He's a bit tough. He does not like moving away from that patch, right? Sod him then. I think it looked like the entrance to the ruins would be this way. We could have probably just scrambled up the back. No, so it's these ruins. I'll get there in the end. How is everything trying to kill me today? Well, that's kind of cool. There's definitely some new wildlife added. Haven't seen one of those before. Haven't seen a griffin before. Ah! What the hell? Changed my mission again, I haven't. Oh, sky shot. Phew. Hell yeah. Okay, there's our portal. Let's go meet the Sijic Order. So I've been hearing about them for like centuries. I think I make one Sijic in Skyrim in the Mages College quest. I don't know if we've met any in ESO yet. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is very nice. So I don't think I have to go in here because there wasn't a marker on the door. Probably in the wrong place. Yeah. Not a place for me yet. That's why. I kept changing my quest. Because I'm an idiot. Doesn't know what buttons he's pressing. Right, so in the big fancy tower. Does going to look like the place you'd expect to find mages. The towers are traditional. Fancy.
And there is no sign of it. I don't know whether to be grateful or concerned.
We'll find him, Val. Now go check on the Pearl while I speak to our new guest. What a rare honor Valcerin bestowed upon you. Only a select few not of our order have ever walked upon this sacred island. Val tells me your aid was indispensable in uncovering the false Aldach's plot on Summerset.
It was. We discovered that newcomers to Summerset were being murdered to power the abyssal pearls.
Unfortunate, certainly. The magic you describe sounds familiar, though I can't quite recall where I've heard of it before. I fear the pearls may be a harbinger of the threat Sotha Seal warned us about.
So the seal? Interesting.
Sotha Seal, one of the living gods of the Dark Elf Tribunal.
I know, I'm a
He's
dark
an
elf.
honorary member of our order.
I was just
After
at
an
the
attack on
Clockwork
his
City.
Clockwork City, he warned us about a Daedric threat to Summerset and Artaeum. I sent Valcerin to investigate.
I know, I was at the Clockwork City. I put down the Daedric threat.
Indeed. But not until we finish studying the Pearl Valcerin brought us. There are mysteries to unravel, and Val believes you will be instrumental to our success.
I can try.
We can get started immediately, unless you want to explore our island first. The next step involves a thorough examination of the strange pearl you and Valcerin recovered from beneath the Shimmerine Monastery. Hopefully, we can learn more about the false
For the Queen.
Aldach and the source of the pearl's magic. We are the Sijic Order, friend of Valcerin. There is very little we cannot accomplish through the application of the old ways. Every object remembers its history. The trick involves selecting the correct ritual to reveal those buried memories.
Interesting. Can I help?
While I head inside to begin the augury ritual, I'd like you to go to Sotha Seal's study in the tower, find my acolyte, Oriandra, and ask her for Sotha Seal's amplification elixir. We may need it if the pearl proves to be resistant to our magic.
Okay. Interesting. Oh, it's portal. Just going to say high elves listening to a pseudo dark elf god. But then remember the Sijic Order aren't all high elves, they're just magic users of all races. We have a quest giver.
Tranquil greetings, Caraval. You will forgive me if I seem awkward. We rarely entertain guests here on Artaeum. I am Caloris. Right Master Ichesis told me a great deal about you. I suspect he has plans for you within the Sijic Order. The Right Master holds you in high regard. That is proof enough of your worthiness. The Sijic Order requires practical wisdom, outside perspective. Unless I miss my guess, you can provide both. You would be a worthy addition to our ranks.
Okay. What do I have to do?
Eager to begin? Good. Eagerness is just what we need. Your first lesson begins now. The Order has detected a number of irregularities on Tamriel. Small breaches in the fabric of time. I would like you to seal them for me.
Alright.
The first cluster of time breaches appeared on the Isle of Summerset. You should start there. Go speak with my apprentice, Josaja, in the Athenaeum. She will provide the tools you need. A map, Psijic seals, and the Augur of the Obscure. A noble heart and a solemn commitment to the good. Achieving membership in the Psijic Order is a serious and lasting endeavor. You must be prudent, but fearless. Withdrawn, but compassionate. It is not something to be taken lightly.
If stabbing people is good, then I can do that.
Too reclusive, I fear. The truth is that we have grown old, Caraval. A mixed blessing, I suppose. Long years of seclusion have allowed us to study and learn, but always at the cost of our relationship with the outside world. We need youth, vigor. As your knowledge of the old ways grows, so too will the rewards. For instance, we are prepared to teach you new and powerful spells.
That's nice.
As in all things, the best teacher is experience. This matter of the time breaches will act as your exam.
Oh, excuse me. Any advice?
Only this. Purge yourself of selfish intent. Membership in the Psijic Order will bring you both prestige and power, but such honors often lead to Wegnithir, the bad change. What you do in the Order's name, you do for others, never yourself. The map will show you the approximate location of each time breach. I apologize. Our visions, while powerful, are not always specific. Make your way to each X on the map, then use the Augur of the Obscure to discover the anomaly's exact location. These time breaches are not visible to mortal eyes. The Augur, however, perceives time and space very differently. Gazing through it will allow you to peer through the veil, to see things both visible and invisible. Things like these breaches. Precisely. Think of them like bandages, I suppose, or tourniquets. The chrononymics they contain will stabilize the rifts and harden the walls of time around them, rendering the breaches harmless. They are quite easy to use, I promise.
And what do you do?
I serve as the chief law master here on Artaeum, a grand title for a modest pursuit, truth be told. I protect and maintain our various libraries and archives, safeguard the details of our Order's history, that sort of thing.
Libraries plural?
863 at last count, not including the Right Master's personal collection, of course. Don't trouble yourself looking for them. Many of them exist in quasi-planes and hermetic mind spheres. It helps keep things tidy. Comparatively, yes. Many of my peers spend their days examining the nature of reconstituted souls and studying Etara dream residue. Still, I love my work. It also affords me the opportunity to spend time with our initiates.
Do you teach?
Of sorts. I educate students on the importance of compassion, discipline, objectivity, and the like. Our Order's chief virtues. It can be very rewarding, provided the students take such lessons to heart. I'm confident you will be such a student.
I will. I will selflessly stab people. That's what I do. Now I've got to go and see someone who is somewhere. These are barrels from the Clockwork City. I'm a centurion.
You must be the adventurer that Valcerin was going on about. Allow me to be the first to welcome you to our secret island. Oh, I suppose you already talked to the Right Master, seeing as you're here in Kapora Tower.
You can be the third to welcome me. I won't hold it against you.
That strange pearl has certainly been reluctant to reveal its secrets. The Right Master hates it when an inanimate object refuses to cooperate.
Then it's hammer time.
Regarding the amplification elixir, I just cataloged it. It's a Sotha Seal creation, as you'd expect. What? No, not in the traditional sense. He's not one of our monks, if that's what you're asking. More like an honorary member, I guess you'd say. According to my records, the silver vial should be right over there.
You're right.
As soon as the pearl arrived via Valcerin's transference spell, the Right Master gathered the conclave to prepare an augury ritual. He's been cycling sages through to keep them fresh, while slowly increasing the intensity of the ritual. I'm the Right Master's acolyte. I have other duties to perform. Besides, such a complex ritual requires the power of the conclave of the 11 forces. I'm not that strong yet. Under the Right Master's tutelage, I expect to attain that rank. One day.
Okay. So, an Imperial?
Despite opinions to the contrary, being an Altmer isn't a prerequisite for membership in the Psijic Order. The Right Master noticed my potential and invited me to join. I had a year to consider the offer, but I made my decision immediately. I'm not allowed to reveal where you are, or how our magic works, other than to tell you that you have arrived upon the fabled island of the Psijic Order, Artaeum. While we're not currently part of Nirn's reality, we still keep track of events there.
Okay.
I could say we have our ways and leave it at that, but you deserve a better explanation.
I do.
The Right Master sends Psijics back to the world to perform tasks and gather information. Plus, we have powerful scrying magic that reveals all sorts of details. I was examining the vial of amplification elixir myself just a short time ago. It should be right over there.
There it is. Yeah, this definitely looks like Sotha Seal's decorating. Oh, steak. Let's learn them, if we haven't already. Already know that. Okay. Yeah. Definitely Sotha Seal's kind of crap lying around. So where's... I'm guessing he or she is in here. Sometimes hard to tell from just a name. Books. Yeah. Seriously? These books and I can't read them? What a jip. Fine, let's do what we came here for. What's that?
Yes, can I help you?
Your master sent me.
Right. You're the Order's new initiate.
Hello.
I didn't expect you so soon. Things here on Artaeum are normally, you know, snailish. I transcribed our seer's visions onto the map there, and collected these Psijic seals. The augur, however... I don't. Please don't tell the lore master. It tricked me into dismissing the binding charms that keep it here, in the Athenaeum. Then it popped like a bubble and vanished. It escaped before, but never on my watch.
Okay, where did it go?
Mercifully, yes. I just scried its location. It looks like it reappeared somewhere on the shores of Wasting Coraldale. It didn't take long for some sea elves to scoop it up and squirrel it away. You'll have to steal it back. I am sorry, truly.
No problem.
I'm indebted. You'll definitely need the augur on your quest. Without it, you'll never find those time breaches. The lore master didn't tell you? All right. How to explain it? The augur is a skull. Sort of. It's really a crystalline entity that resembles a skull. Some think it's from the head of an ancient mage, but I don't believe that for a minute.
And why not?
It's hard to say. Once you have a few conversations with it, you'll see what I mean.
It talks.
Yes, incessantly. I think that's why Lore Master Kellerus made me its caretaker. No one else wants to listen to it. You should know that it lies constantly, unless you ask it a direct question. If you do that, it's compelled to always tell the truth. It will. Stirring up the augur's power will give you a second sight. The skull sees time differently. Well, it sees practically everything differently, but time most of all. I think it's fascinating. I just wish the little bugger wasn't so sneaky. The seals are one of the Order's oldest tools. They act as a sort of anchor, shoring up any wayward spirits or forces in a given place. When Nirn was still young, the veil was much looser, more unpredictable, you know? So the Aldmer made these.
And is there a trick?
None at all. We've been refining them for thousands of years, remember? Just take one in your hand when you reach a tear, and the seal will do the rest. I am. You look surprised. Right, of course. It's not racial bias.
Regard.
The Psijic Order doesn't have any axes to grind. It's just a matter of circumstance. Psijic study is an Aldmeri tradition, for one thing. High Elves also live a long time and have more natural aptitude.
So, how did you get here?
It's a long story. I was the heiress to a crown magnifica. Our house was prosperous, well respected. When Kellerus offered to take me to Artaeum, I cast off my duties immediately and left the family's fortunes in the hands of my brother.
And...
He drove our family into shame and poverty. Pretty much immediately. I try not to think about it. Let's change the subject, all right? You have lots to do and very little time to do it.
Alright, I'm going. I can take a hint. I can't really, but, you know. Talk to the right master. Oh, he's here.
Was Oriandra able to direct you to the proper elixir? Without something to amplify the magic, our ritual is going to fail.
Alright, here you go.
Just in time. For the next stage of the ritual, if you have no objections, I'd like you to join us. Your experiences alongside Valcerin might help reveal what has so far eluded our efforts.
How can I help?
We'll handle the magic. You pour the elixir into the scrying pool and stand close. As the ritual's power amplifies, your experiences with the Pearl and the false Aldark should help the augury do its job. We want to discover the origin of the Pearl and its strange magic. In addition, anything we can learn about the false Aldark and his connection to the Pearl would be helpful. Otherwise, we're stepping blindly into Oblivion's maw here.
Okay.
Pour the elixir into the pool. That should provide the final boost we need to trigger the augury.
Here we stand, the most favored servants of Clavicus Vile, Mephala, and Nocturnal, on the verge of the greatest victory for our princes.
Are you sure those creatures can be trusted?
Nocturnal.
Have
Really?
no fear. Isn't that why we formed the Court of Bedlam? Besides, what happens next in Relenthil will seal Summerset's fate.
That was unnerving. It seems the false Aldark belonged to an alliance of Daedric cultists called the Court of Bedlam. Imagine, the faithful of Clavicus Vile, Mephala, and Nocturnal working together. This is more serious than I anticipated. No, but I'm hardly an expert on the Daedric cults of Tamriel. The magic I sensed in the pearl, though, it doesn't contain the taint of oblivion. We're missing something. But what? I suppose we'll need to find out what's going on in Relenthil.
I can go there.
I hoped you'd say that. Relenthil sits to the west of Shimmerine, just across the mountains. I'll send Valcerin with you to talk to the Cannon Reeve. The false Aldark may be dead, but Mephala's and Nocturnal's agents remain, as well as the pearls.
Alright. So I gotta go and seal some time breaches. Do I have to use the portal? I can't just use the way shrine? Probably not, because it's a hidden island. Nope. Alrighty. Impressive ruins. Oh, are they ruins? Look a little ruined. All right, so Oh. Of course, idiot, you've got to actually look at the map. Inventory. Quest items. Oh, I've got to... I've got to find the stupid... Okay, so it's still actually on the island. Idiot. I've not even got the map yet. God damn it. Should pay more attention. Those pauses are boring. I keep thinking it's going to crash. I should just trample their crops, so won't mind. Guess because I've got to go and talk to the mate again to get the map. Come on, loading. Right. Now Oh, come on. No. Something you do get when there's a new DLC and everyone's using it. Certain busy areas can get a bit laggy. Right, take two. Let's try this again. Find the Augur of the Obscure. Load again. That's good. Alright. And second time's the charm. There he is, little bugger. There's no waypoint near here to turn on. Way shrine, rather.
This is what dealing with High Elf nobles gets you, Bringus. Please, you must help. I think my cousin Brengus has been captured by werewolves.
Werewolves?
Bringus got caught up in a love affair, see? Decided to run off with some High Elf named Neerlin. I was supposed to meet them in Archon's Grove, help them get off the island. But when I got there, all I saw were werewolves. Yes, I'm sure of it. I couldn't find them anywhere. I did meet a High Elf named Estadel. He wouldn't tell me much, but he was definitely searching around the Grove.
Yeah, right.
He made...
But that's a side quest, so important things first, unfortunately, mate. Cut across here. Come on. This controller is increasingly boned. I'm gonna have to get another one. Bridge. Chief Justica Carawen, our mission has failed. Apparently, Justica Avenry betrayed us and killed several of my soldiers. She made off to Tor Hankarad. I'm pursuing her with the forces I have left. Stars willing, we will recover the pearl. I'm sending a soldier in the hopes this message reaches you. Send reinforcements. There's more souls lurking in these ruins than Avenir. first things first. Oh, but he's just up here. It's so easy to get sidetracked.
What? Are you here to kill me? Might as well. There's no honor left for me now. Not after I decided to send my squad off to certain death. I failed them as their captain. I failed all of Summerset.
Oh, stop feeling sorry for yourself. What happened?
Justicia Avanaire. She struck me down, ran off to this ruin. I was able to follow her this far. The rest of my squad went in after her, but I fear the worst. With that pearl, who knows what she's capable of?
Pearl?
The item we were ordered to transport. It's tied to the Yagra, mysterious creatures that keep attacking our shores. You must move quickly. The pearl is with Justicia Avanaire, somewhere in Torheim Card. I'm sorry, but that information is sensitive to the Old Mary Dominion. Just know that she's not a soldier to take lightly. Use all due precaution. Power, ambition, a new accessory. I have no idea what she plans to do, but it's something important enough to forever sully her name. There will be no honor for her after this disgrace.
And your
She'll
injury?
be compared to the pain of disgrace, hardly noticeable. Avanaire got the drop on me, but I was able to step back in time. It's not mortal, but I can't fight. May that Sleck thank her ancestors that she won't. It has the power to summon Yagra, hideous creatures that seem to have crawled out from the depths of the sea, as deadly as they are mysterious. We were transporting the pearl to the Sapiox for research purposes. The situation has changed. I'm in no state to get this pearl to Lilandril.
Alright. You're making a call. I can respect that. Torheim Karad. Means Warlord's Mountain Lair. The gang's all here. Alright. Time to get my stealth on. Blade of Woe for the win. That's a player. Probably shouldn't assassinate him. Not that I actually could, but you know.
There's no end to their numbers.
Telomere, if you're reading this, you are crazy enough to follow us. Don't. Justicia Avanaire isn't working alone. These mages were waiting for her. Even with the entire squad, I'm not sure we can survive this. But for Crown and Country, we must try. We need you alive to make a report. Don't let her get away with this, Captain. Don't give her that satisfaction. Let that traitor's name live in infamy. It's what she deserves. Lul. Okay, good man, Lul. Come on, turn around. I'll stab you in the back. You're really not going to, are you? Take down the healer first. And more book. All right. Bookshelf. Up. This is where we go.
We'll have to fight through a whole horde of Yaga to reach the Fletcher.
How is he hidden? Well. Oh no, you do not. Now where the hell did all of them come from? It's a simple chest, I can't do it. Oh, God's sake. Yeah, 29 gold. Where am I going? Not this way from the looks of it. I guess this is why everyone else is going this way. Shit, this is where I came in.
I failed. Little sister.
No, this way.
Any of those creatures interfere with my
Alright. Why did I pick up a radish? I don't know. Search desk. No. Okay. Some nice glyphs. Wait, haven't I just been through here? This thing is gross. It's like a crabman monster. We got him. All right. Still don't quite know where the heck we gotta go. Let's go up. So left. That doesn't really help. So now we got to go round again. Gosh darn it. Round and round we go. That's the way out, idiot. Wrong door. All this is just a booming side quest and a distraction. At least she was warm while she died. So she's below, we're on the ground floor and she's below us. Oh dear, your healer's dead. Right, so she's over to my right. Damn. Got my angles all wrong there. God. Oh, there's one behind them. So where the heck are we? I need to get right round to just the other side of that barricade. Yeah, you can have too many lockpicks. These guys aren't too tough. Yeah. This is where I want to go. Pearl Research Notes, Log 3. Current studies with the Abyssal Pearl have proven more dangerous than previously anticipated. It seems to be fueled by some sort of soul magic. As uncontrollable as it is powerful. We've lost several researchers because of this. The first few casualties appear to have sparked the Pearl's innate magical abilities. Yagra have already begun to swarm around us, attracted by its power. We've been able to hold them off, but our defences won't last for long. We'll need to move the Pearl to a safer location, further inland perhaps, or even away from Summerset entirely. Justica Avenari may prove even more useful. We can use her connections with the Divine Prosecution for safe passage. Sarasil was well worth the gold we paid her for this little act. Then again, one can always trust a skooma addict to go along with anything, even betraying their only sister. Ah. So, the Justica acted to protect her sister, is my guess.
These planets think they can double-cross me? I'll show them true suffering!
Ooh, Sky Shard. Hell yeah. Chest. Come on, I haven't got time. I see a pearl.
I failed you, little sister.
And destroy this bad boy. So the deck cloaks are getting impatient. How funny this whole situation is. I'd always dreamed my little sister returning. But now that she's here in my home, I feel only grief. She's brought nothing but trouble. Yet I can't turn her away. Not now, not after she's come to me in her time of need. I'm still not sure she's clean. I hate to say that about my own sister, but Skuma changes a mer. I could barely recognise her, she was so thin. Her bony fingers clinging to my skirts. Her broken voice begged me to help her. I want to believe her. I want to help her, make her good life. I can't, not yet. Even so, I have little choice now. She owes money to some dangerous characters. How could I let my baby sister be sold to some Talvani mage? Or killed to make a statement? I can't risk that. Trouble is, the Divine Prosecution's reputation doesn't allow for underhand dealings. There's not a fool in Somerset who would agree to a bribe. Too suspicious. I hate to admit it, but this buyer Sarasil found is the only way out. What they want with the pearl, well, Ariel knows, but what choice do we have? I guess at least she didn't betray them just for money. It was to protect her sister, even though she was being used all along. Alright, now we're out of here. Side quest completed. But it took, what, extra little hour. It's so easy to get distracted. So much to do. So many places to see. That's good. Where is he? There he is.
So, you returned to me alone. The pearl. Is it destroyed?
You betcha.
I knew I was sending them to their deaths, but still, I couldn't let Avanaire get away. If not for you, the surrounding towns would have been overrun with Yagra. You saved many today, even if some were lost. Here, take this for your service.
Time Ashley.
Don't worry about me. I may not be fit enough to fight, but I can still walk. I'll head to the closest town and make my report. Just need a moment to catch my breath first.
I found her journal.
Venom words dripped from the tongue of a traitor. Tell me, did you learn anything useful? Something I should add to my report? Do you expect my heart to bleed at such a story? Avanaire has betrayed her family tenfold by besmirching their name. She betrayed her queen, her nation, her comrades. My soldiers, good soldiers, were killed. For what? An addict's debt? And so she weighed the life of one greater than the deaths of many. I doubt this sentimental tidbit will change anything. Her name shall never be honored by her descendants. She'll be an outcast even in death, the greatest dishonor.
High elves. Alright, now. Augury of the Obscure. It's pretty. The High Elves do live in a nice place. Yes, we go to the left and then first left. Yep. Come on. Out of stamina. Oh, Way Shrine. We will activate that. Fast travel helps. Come on.
Drat! Which one could he possibly be?
Also, the icon for another way shrine. I mean, normally towns have one. Port. Now, there's a way shrine up here. Alienor docks discovered. That looks kind of ominous. There's a way shrine.
Thank you for heeding my call, newcomer. I don't suppose your passage to Somerset brought you past Weston Coraldale?
No.
My father, Kurteros, runs a boat in an angler fleet. They're long overdue, and while his stride tends to be a leisurely one, I've never seen the whole fleet gone for so long.
So trouble, you say?
I'm probably over-concerned. The weather's been fair and the wind's mild. Perhaps their fishing has been so fruitful they dare not waste their good fortune.
You don't believe
But
that.
I'd feel better if I knew what to make of their delay. The fleet set off west. Western Coraldale is an island engulfed by coral reefs, but you can reach it safely in that sailboat. I'd go with you, but I'm afraid I don't share my father's comfort with open water. Not especially. I've never been myself, but Father's only remarked about the occasional ornery coral crab or hungry salamander. The reefs are the only real hazard, but only to a ship of considerable size and flimsy make. Oh, there's not much to tell. He's plied the sea for its bounty for as long as I can recall, and that's some time, mind you. We eat well, and he makes a fair bit of coin with his best catches. But sometimes I wish he'd keep a bit more lively. Not since I was very young. My father took me fishing once, showed me how to bait a hook, coax a bite and work the line until the catch tires out. It wasn't meant to be an eventful trip, but it turned out that way.
What happened?
Father dozed off, so I continued to apply what I'd learnt without him. Soon enough, I'd hooked my first catch. Or rather, it hooked me. Yanked me clear off the boat and into the deep. I was too shocked to let go of the rod, nearly drowned. Yes, fished me out of the drink, quite literally. He still calls me his prized catch. It's funnier when you're not coughing up seawater.
All right. These two line up, so let's go do it. Go for a twofer. Find the Augur of Obscure and locate her old man. Nothing there, just a cheeky little dead end. Salamander. That's good if it's chasing that player. It ain't chasing me. Ooh. Yellow. It's just sitting here chilling on the beach.
Well, never seen you before. Guess no one
Likewise.
told you that this is my spot. Been my spot nearly a century. And it'll be my spot a century more, God's willing. So don't go getting any ideas. Plenty of space down the coast. Huh, fancy that. I had told Hiranessa for years those sea elves would mount an invasion from Waston Coral Dale. Figures they'd launch it while I was having a nap. Well, come along then. Best send them off before they hook all the best catchings. Of course. Any Royal Marine of the Queen's Navy worth their salt would. Might have traded my saber for a fishing rod, but I've still got my sea legs, and I'm still as sharp as the day I mustered. The others I sail with are civilians, though.
You think they're in danger?
Aye. Even if they caught a glimpse of a sea elf cutter before it reached Waston Coraldale, there's no chance a fishing boat would have outrun it. If anyone from the fleet's still alive out there, it's our duty to help them.
Let's do
Lest
it.
we split up. Unless my creaking knees give me away, I ought to be able to handle some scouting while you're searching for survivors. We'll rendezvous at the old lover's tree near the reef on the eastern shore. My friends will know the one. Unless I'm caught. Won't be much use to the sea elves as a prisoner, but I'll black an eye or two before I greet my maker. Tell her my children are grown and my wants are few. But I cannot say the same for my friends. I've had a good life. I don't mind trading what's left of it, so others might have the same. 3 aside from myself: Indolina, Aldoterel, and Carterel. Not much of a fleet when you compare it to the Royal Armada, but we're the scourge of anything with guilds. Hope you find them safe and sound.
I like him.
Too quiet. If one of them had reached the mainland, the Royal Navy would have sent ships to intercept these sea elves by now. No one knows they're here except us.
All right. Okay, 1 down, or 2 down. In the chest. Griffin's ferocity set, huh? There you go, dude.
Sacred ascendants, take me home. I thought you were a sea elf. One moment I
No,
was just
dark elf.
dipping my toes in the shallows, having a pleasant day. The next there's a murderous corsair or hungry reef viper around every corner. We're trapped. He's alive. At his age, I'd have thought he'd be the first to fall prey to those sea elves.
Yeah, it's a tough old bugger.
Should have given the stubborn old salt more credit. I'll make my way to him. Better than waiting to die out here. Thank you.
Be safe. So check, how's the... Yep. Ooh. Have a skill point. And champion point. Oh, got 2. Okay. When you deal damage with a light heavy attack, you decrease enemies' health, magic and stamina resources. Increase magic and stamina, your fully charged heavy attacks restore. Increase your health recovery. Cost of sneak. And we got one for here. Increases healing. Increase your critical damage and critical healing with magic abilities. Damn it. Master at Arms, direct damage attacks. Heavy attacks. For two-handed, one-handed, and shield, dual wheel. Alright. Yeah. Is he just hiding or hurt or dead? Darling, I won't be coming home this time. As gentle as the seas can be here, we always knew that any voyage could be my last. It won't be the fickle currents that claim me in the end, but the poison coursing through my veins. I love you and I'm sorry. The Sea Elves have invaded Western Coraldale, a small force now. I can tell that they're preparing for more of their kind. It won't be long before this island becomes a staging ground in a greater campaign. I'll never see the mainland again, but if the tides smile upon me, this message will reach it soon. To whoever finds this, tell the Royal Navy that the Sea Elves are here. Stop them before more lives are lost. And if you'll be so kind, bring this to Wendlane in Alienor. With love and hope, Carterell. Okay, I am just going to go and close some windows, and I will be back in like 30 seconds. I'll be right back. Alrighty, I'm back. Pop these back on so I can actually hear the game. That's always nice. So it's a bonus. Oh yeah, I picked up those Griffin guards. Okay, Emderlin. Trying Sneak past all these salamanders. There we go.
Stranger, don't anger the salamanders. They're the only thing keeping those sea elves from wandering too close. What, you're sure we're talking about the same Kurtaros? The one I know is more likely to be mistaken for dead and sleep right through this whole mess.
Yeah, he would if I hadn't woken him up.
All this crouching is damnation on my back. Never do when it comes to these sea elves. The robbers have more than a few good souls before all. They're digging in, placing ballistae along the shore. When the Royal Navy finally does mount an attack, they'll be taking fire from Mauamer on both land and sea. It'll be a bloodbath, unless some misfortune befalls their plans. Catch my drift?
Yeah, I do, strangely.
I'm not suggesting we repel the whole invasion, but I do know my way around a ballista. If we turn one toward their own ships and cause enough of a stir, we can draw on a friendly patrol. I'll get into position and await your attack. Then we'll give those sea snakes a good spearing while these two make for your vessel. You do have a vessel, don't you? All right, you two go prepare the boat our friend brought. We'll provide a distraction. Trinamac's wrath be with us.
As we're almost here, maybe we can get the... That worked quite well.
Seals. Fond of winged snakes and soggy chests. Noted.
You could have lived, you stupid crab. Alright.
Ah, fleshy, thick-thumbed biped. Hello. You're an elf, right? Or is it a man? I'm sorry. I have some difficulty telling you people apart. You're much less blue than the others. In color, I mean, not disposition. Anyway, what can I do for you? Josiah. Josiah. Wait, you're talking about that jittering mage I tricked into freeing me, right? Oh, she's a delight. I had hoped for a longer holiday. Can only manage a leap like this once a century, after all. I will.
Will you help me find the time breaches?
I'm actually quite comfortable here, mate. Cozy accommodations, the transliminal tones of the ocean waves, gangly meat brains to mock. But I guess I should be going. These elves plan to sell me. Can you imagine? I'll help you. On one condition. When we're done sewing up these chronosymphonic when we're done sewing up these time breaches, you'll let me wander the Mundus in peace. No more dim-witted Sigics peppering me with questions. No more dusty shells. You have a deal? Right. So, should we get going, or...?
Yep.
Fair enough. So, where to? I assume you've got a map or something?
I have. But first things first. Need to get to a ballista.
Hold them off while I spear that cutter. They're scattering like minnows! Keep on the offensive!
Yeah. Let's come back.
They didn't call me the scourge of the sea drakes for nothing!
I thought he was hard to kill. He's the commander.
That'll do. Fall back and get to the boat.
Right then, where's the boat? Gotta basically go back through the tunnel. Get my minion so I don't have to fight alone. No point fighting salamanders just for the hell of it. I think it's up here, isn't it? I will take your gold, thank you so much. All donations gratefully received. Don't fight what you don't have to. Sometimes something is just in your way. All right. Yeah, I can just ignore them.
Captain coming aboard. Boats prepped and ready.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Father, you have me so worried. What happened? Where's your boat?
None of that now, my Nevis Cup. I'll tell you all about it. But first, there's one more thing we need to see to. Come, friends. It's time we commit our memories to the drink.
He washes up here after being gone for weeks. His boat nowhere in sight. And he acts like it's just another day on the sea. Was everything all right? Did he cause you any trouble?
Nah, hero.
Oh, he put you up to that, didn't he? Papa always loves to embellish his journeys. Whatever the truth is, I'm just glad you brought him home safe. If all newcomers are so kind, Summerset will be fortunate to have you. He's not fooling me. I can tell something happened. Father's putting on a brave face, like he used to whenever I'd ask him about his younger days. He'd smile and deflect the question, but I could see a sadness in his eyes he couldn't hide. His secret. The fanciful story of meeting my mother, a myth about how the moon and stars winked on the day of my birth, and tall tales about his fishing voyages. Before that, not a word. Not once. I don't think I'll ever get the truth out of him. You're serious? So what you said about the sea elves attacking, it was all true?
Yep.
What's he hiding? Was he a pirate? I always wondered if he didn't talk about it because he was ashamed.
No, he was a marine.
Why would he hide that? I'm sorry, I have so many questions and it's not you who has the answers. I'll leave my father to the company of his friends for now, but when he's ready to come home, he can't leave his other life behind this time. Oh yes, she and Carterell have been together for years. She used to look after me when I was younger, while father and the others were off at sea. She's a good friend.
Where can I find her?
I imagine she'll be with father and the others, waiting to see Carterell when she arrives. He and his mates have a tradition of celebrating their safe return. They're partial to a small batch brewer on the south side of Alinor, by the craft masons. They'll probably be there all night.
Oh, champion point. Damage shields. Do that, as I do tend to be wearing heavy armor. Quest items. Alright, I have to go back there to inspect them out. Oh, damn it. Fine. As I'm here, though. Right, let's go talk to Raz. Talk to Razumdar. There he is.
Raz's investigations have brought him to Relanthiel. When this one noticed your Sijic friend slip into town, Raz figured you'd be along soon. So, what did you discover on Arteum, the island that isn't here anymore? Ugh, that made Raz's head hurt.
Yes, Court of Bedlam.
Yes, this one has been exploring the Daedric connection as well. But Raz hates Daedra. In Raz's experience, very little good comes from dealing with Daedra or their cultists.
True.
And this revelation brings you to Relanthiel, yes?
Yep, something's gonna happen.
That is disturbingly vague. Why must cryptic cultists be so... cryptic? Well, Raz saw Valserin head toward Canonry Farmeldo's house. This one suggests we start our investigation of the area there.
Okay, that's where I was meant to meet her. That's fancy armor.
Go inside and we'll discuss this later. And take off that ridiculous hood.
Ridiculous? I'll show you what's ridiculous. I'll show you all!
You think as Canon Reeve I'd be immune to the troublesome temper of a spoiled and rebellious child?
No.
But what distinguished visitors I have today. A wandering sage, a well-dressed Khajiit, and you. What brings such a group to Relanthiel? Investigating. For who? Well, there have been 3 reports this week of someone disappearing. And my intractable son Nadoril and his malcontent friends have been cavorting around the large sinkhole that recently appeared.
Sinkhole?
What are you implying? They're just young and proud of their heritage. I wouldn't draw such a harsh conclusion without substantial evidence. I can't understand why they're fascinated with the sinkhole, but that doesn't make them criminals.
We okay to check it out?
It's unusual for newcomers to encroach upon Altmer affairs, especially since we rarely saw any prior to the Queen's decree. If you want to investigate, I won't try to stop you.
That's very good of you.
And if anything happens, maybe it will teach my son to avoid the place.
We'll keep you in the loop.
Raz wants to ask the Canon Reeve a few more questions. Take the Sijic and go investigate the sinkhole.
Side quest.
You there. You're new to Relanthiel, aren't you? You certainly look like an outsider.
Grey skin, red
I regret
eyes.
the necessity, but I must beg your aid. My brother is about to make a terrible mistake and join an appalling organization. Worse, an acting troupe. The House of Reveries may be famous across Somerset,
snort.
but my brother is one of the most gifted academics of our generation. For him to waste his talents performing for rich nobles is just irresponsible.
Where is he?
I fear he's already signed up, and that's why I require you as an ally. I'll need you to infiltrate the acting troupe. Laredale, my brother, knows my face, but he does not know yours. You must find him for me so I can talk him out of this.
All right.
Auriel himself would smile on your kindness. Now, we haven't a moment to waste. The House of Reveries is hosting auditions this very moment. You must present yourself to Alchemy, the audition master, and impress her with your performance. Well, they don't take just anyone. Only the most talented performers even get an audition, but don't worry. I've already devised a solution. I've enchanted a set of knives that will allow you to juggle with perfect... Oh, it's quite simple, really. Toss one in the air and relax your mind. Your hands will do the rest. I've used them a number of times and never cut myself, and I'm about as coordinated as a drunken mud crab. I'm certain you'll impress a sponsor. Laredale and I have studied magic all of our lives, and have found few who match our skills. I knew it only a matter of time before a great opportunity came along, but even I was shocked when we were invited to join the Sapiarchs. Yes, a rather rare and momentous occasion. You're currently looking at the new assistant to the Sapiarch of Artifice. Not a position to be taken lightly. But how does Laredale react to such incredible news? He runs away to join the theater.
Yeah, maybe it's what he wants to do.
I have no idea. He just left a letter saying not to look for him. I suspect it's just nerves. I can't imagine leaving my brother behind to rot here in Relenthiel. I need to find him and help him see reason. At first I tried to search for him myself, but Laredale is an even more powerful mage than I. He was able to obstruct any spell I cast to find him. I was able to track him here using more... Honestly, I couldn't tell you what is going through his head right now. For him to even consider wasting his talent on entertaining nobles with parlor tricks, why, it's simply unthinkable.
Should we stop him?
What, and let this madness continue? No. Laredale is both a mage and researcher of extraordinary talents. He would be of great benefit to Summerset, perhaps even all of Tamriel. I just need to speak with him and I'm sure I'll convince him to leave.
Alright. It would maybe be more fun if he convinced you to join him. But first, sinkhole.
Oh, come on! Stupid Daedric interference! I'll be back!
Okay. Wow. It's a hell of a sinkhole.
I think we can enter through these roots.
I'd forgotten she was there. Relenthiel sinkhole. Foundation of Summerset have been firm and unchanging for millennia. Phenomenal like sinkholes have been rare and infrequent until quite recently. Ominous.
Nidoriel's mad! He attacked Eldon, and one of those horrible creatures tore off my hood!
Okay. Oh, man. Ready? Oh God, where's she?
That young woman was certainly in a hurry. And what was that about Nador? Yes, well, let's be on our guard then. I don't think this sinkhole is completely natural. Its size concern. It certainly feels dangerous. And if it does figure into the Court of Bedlam's plans, well, I can't think of a more frightening event than watching Relenfield.
Alright. I mean, I was kind of doing that already until you held me up.
The walls and ceiling, they don't look stable. I'll try to reinforce the weak spots and catch up with you.
Sinkhole caverns above. Some dead end this way. Yep. Right, let's head on up and see what the heck is going on.
More of those Yagra creatures. Be careful.
Yep. I am being careful, and thanks for the help, Sijik. Okay, let's explore. Try and work out what these idiots are doing.
Help! Please help!
Crazy bastard stabbed me. God, this hurt. It was just kind of fun. Joining the Court of Bedlam. Espousing the virtues of our Ultima heritage. But Doral took things too far.
Uh-huh.
When we heard that they planned to release those creatures, I made the mistake of saying they were insane. Doral objected, called me unworthy. That's when he stabbed me.
The Court of Bedlam will eradicate the lesser races. Maybe even deal with our unworthy queen.
Ooh. Bad choice of words, because I like Irene. Oh, I got my dodge on tonight.
if you see what I see.
I see a powerful mage not helping in any of the fighting. I see a big slug frog thing.
You see that, right? My eyes aren't playing tricks on me. That's a sea slode. They haven't been seen in Summerset since, well, it's been centuries at least.
And one of them is?
A vile and dangerous species. Very powerful. The sea slode come from the distant underwater kingdom of Ulvorkus. Who's that hooded figure with the slode? And look, more of those abyssal pearls. They're everywhere. The slode are a godless people. Perhaps the most hated in Tamriel. And the sea slode are even worse. They employ depraved magic and have long coveted Summerset. They believe it once belonged to them. They pillage, release plagues. They're horrible.
Court of Bedlam?
The hooded figure could be a member of this so-called Court of Bedlam. At this point, nothing would surprise me. That slode has me worried, though. I can't think of anything worse than an alliance between those foul beasts and Daedric cultists. They could certainly have a connection to the sea slode's submerged kingdom, but they appear to have been placed down here. Look how the Yagra are drawn to them. I'll head for the sea slode. You deal with those abyssal pearls.
You're right.
Master, intruders in the cave.
Heed me, my creatures! Destroy the intruders!
That young idiot. We need to get over there.
Witness the power of Katora, the Abyssal Cabal!
One more shot. Yeah. Down here. I'm guessing round to the left. It's a salamander up there, don't need to fight that. Destroy the pearls. Okay. one. That's another one. Come on, down you go.
This way, up here. Damn, no sign of where the sea slow disappeared to.
You alright?
Damn it! I wasn't fast enough. For the time being, let's see what's through that opening. The sea sload left us something to remember it by. We need to dispatch that creature.
You alright? Get rid of this stupid reptile. Amphibian, sorry, amphibian. Salamander. Yeah, disgusting thing go. Oh, there. I already killed one of these guys. Alright. Another one of those hideous crab monsters dead. another little piece of the puzzle.
Somehow Raz knew he'd find you here.
Sea Slodes. This is worse than the Right Master imagined. Meet me in Artaeum.
Did the pretty Sigix...
Queen's Eye.
Did the pretty Sigix say sea slode? No. Raz must have heard wrong. That could not have been what she said.
It is.
Slode? That's bad. And sea slode? That sounds even worse. If the sea slode threatens Summerset, Queen Irene must be informed. We need to act. Wait. What did you say about the Cannon Reeve's son?
He might have joined the court of Bedlam.
Daedra worshippers. In Summerset. And Slode. Oh, Raz likes this situation less and less. As for Nedoril, Raz knows how to deal with traitors. This one will meet you at the Cannon Reeve's house.
See you there. Yeah, it's a nice little town. Yeah, apart from Daedric cultists.
The Eye of the Queen? How dare you accuse my son of treason? The Queen's Eye. How dare he not identify himself when he first arrived? And how dare he accuse my foolish son of something as serious as treason? The Queen shall hear of this, mark my words.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she will.
Sea Slode? Plus all this nonsense about Altma's superiority, and now murder? I am the Cannon Reeve of Relenthil. I took an oath to serve and protect my community. How in the Queen's name am I supposed to reconcile my son's actions?
Yeah, that's your problem, pal.
Oh, Nedoril, what have you done? Please, you must talk to the Queen's Eye. He needs to show mercy. I'm sure we can find a way to resolve this without...
Oh, I have a lot to answer for? The court of Bedlam is going to turn me into a god.
Foolishness can be ignored. Murder and treason, not so much.
You and your queen have no authority over a true Ultima, you mangy cat.
This one cannot allow your crimes to stand unanswered.
Nedoril! No! No! I understand. Relenthil is loyal to the Queen.
Sometimes the Eye sees treason and must cut it out before it spreads. This one is sorry you had to witness that. Blasphemy, treason, murder. How many crimes must one commit to attract the attention of the Executioner's blade? Raz decided that a message had to be sent. Enemies of the Queen will not be tolerated.
Pretty serious.
Treason and the Queen's justice are serious business. Raz has been forced into this role on rare occasions, but he never seeks it out or looks forward to wielding the blade. A necessary part of my job, yes? No. Raz will see to the Cannon Reeve and send word to the Queen before looking deeper into the Court of Bedlam. You should return to Artaeum and let the Siegiks know what we learned. I tell you, Five Claw, this whole situation makes Raz want to hiss.
Anything in his house we can loot? Yes, because why wouldn't you keep a jewellery box with sapphire in the kitchen? Let's have a quick look round. Not really anything else. Speak to the right master. We have to inspect the Sijik map. Which is going back to where we were. Don't crash. What the heck is the way shrine? I mean, closer to just ride to the other one. There it is. I thought this would be quick. I'll just grab this way shrine and travel to the other one, but no. Jump across. Get in the little boat. And go and look at the map. Oh, god damn it, I have to go away. I should have just looked at the map right when I picked the skull up for the first time. So annoying. As long as I'm only detected by crabs, that's fine. Return to Summerset. See, that's all I had to do. For frick's sake. Now, let's get the frick out of here. And now we can at least hunt down those blimmin' time tear things. Yeah, that showed her. Right, now back to the boat. And with luck, we won't have to come back here again. to Summerset. Oh, wrong Summerset. That's not a creepy puppy at all. Yeah, I'll stick with my jackal. He's cute. Okay, let's get to the Way Shrine. So it looks like there's maybe 3 of those rifts pretty close to where we are on the left hand side of the map. So I think I'm going to call it here for tonight. Seems like a good place to stop. I think next time we can maybe close those 3 rifts and then head back to the Sigil Order and report our findings. And probably have to meet up with Raz again. This is so nice. So far the maps have been really pretty. And it's great being back in it. Let's log out. Okay, we got a bit done, which is nice. I did a bit backwards and throwing, toing and throwing, backwards and forwarding. But we got those that Sigil quest line, that first bit of that done in the end. And slightly putting some pieces together as to what the heck is going on. It would be really nice if at the end of it we actually get to meet Irene again. She was definitely my favourite of the 3 alliance leaders. Ebonheart Pack's my favourite alliance, but she was my favourite of the 3 monarchs. Okay, I'm going to call it there for the evening. Such a good game. Such a good game. I really can't wait for them to release the soundtrack. So good. Okay, I'm going to stop saying it's so good and I'm out of here.